All right. Good morning, Mocha Marvels. I am Keisha Boyd, your host for Mocha in the Morning, where we're adding a little flavor to your morning blend. And of course, who could do this alone? I surely can't. I have to have my cafe con leche, who is drinking coffee because Black is beautiful. Hello. Hello. My cafe con leche, my officially Jorge. Hi, darling. How are you today? You have a mouthful?
First of all, I want to apologize to our audience, all of you Mocha Marvels, because I was laughing during Keisha's little opening because y'all don't see what happens off camera when they be pulling stunts and I got to hit my cues and they say things that make you laugh. And that, so I just want to put that out there for full disclosure. So I am fabulous. How are you?
I don't know what you talk about. Listen, how was your week? You know, it's Saturday morning, so how was the week?
I'm feeling it. I just got back from a holiday. I was vacationing for the President's Day or President's Day or however you want to say it, because every single state calls it something different and like recognizes something different. I don't care. I just know that I was in the ocean on the boat and I have never seen so many people do the electric slide and all remixes like I've never seen. I mean, you know, I'm one of those people who I avoid that top deck and I avoid, well, typically when I'm on Royal Caribbean, like I don't like watching any of those people doing any kind of sliding. But on the Carnival cruise, I was like, wait a minute, I need to get in this.
So there's a preference.
It was so much fun. Me and my mom were turning up, and it was like 5 minutes in already.
Oh, wow. I need to see the video.
I got a little clip. I got it. So you have got to see that.
She said it's for the non-season. I can't deal with our producer right now. Oh my gosh. Well, it looked like you got some sun and some fun in the sun with your family, which is amazing. I went and got some sun in my hair, some highlights.
You got some sun in your hair.
Yes, I did. Went blonde. I wanted something new. So shout out to Coco the barber who keeps me fresh and faded.
I know.
Yes.
We're like blonde buddies.
Yes, honey. I love it. Listen, this is the last, like the very last of Black History Month for those, folks that don't celebrate every day. Right. And so we certainly are coming with it. Okay, I have my bib here.
Yeah.
Look at your shirt. Your shirt is amazing. I love it.
And not only that, it totally matches my ensemble, like my accessories.
Yes, it does.
I gotta keep it all the way together.
I love it.
Speaking of which, keeping it all the way together, I want to let all the Mocha Marvels know that if you are planning on making that pilgrimage with the portico to Montgomery, Alabama, it is sold out. Okay, we got some more information on the screen for you to look at, but it is sold out. That's for the Equal Justice Initiative. We've been talking about it on the show. Just because it's sold out, though, that just means like with the particular group that you can still go. You can still rent a car, book a flight, and still make it because it's going to be an amazing weekend. It's a wonderful cause. And the Portico is all a part of that. All of you know the Portico is one of our sponsors. And they are working on getting more hotel rooms for everyone, but it's just going to be an amazing experience from the folks who are on the Justice team in Tampa to do that. So it's sold out. Congratulations. But if you still want to go, you can still go. You just kind of have to, get on a different bus.
Get on the bus.
And another shout out to a dear friend of Mocha in the Morning. And that is Mr. Magruder. You may know him as Petty Nation 24/7. We've been talking about Black History Month all month, and he, of course, watches the show. And his family, he is a Magruder, and his family was featured on Soul of a Nation, which you can catch all that streaming on Hulu. And it talks about like the history of his family. And this is something I never knew, right? Apparently, when you can import slaves back into the country, what they would do is the slave owners would decide who their best slaves were, right, and would breed them. So instead of like importing them, he is a descendant of the Magruder's. Wow. And so his family was featured in Soul of a Nation. So I just want to give him an awesome shout out because he's a huge supporter of the show. So happy Black History Month to him and his family and all the Magruder's, doing the thing. It's really interesting because I know we talk about sometimes, for people of color, we can only trace back to a certain amount of time. And a lot of times there is no information. We don't know. Same thing like with my family. It's a dead end is a dead end. When there's no more information and no documentation, it's like, wow, like where does your legacy start? Kind of thing. But what matters is that your legacy does not end.
That's right. You just got to keep it going. Keep it going. All right. Listen, Mocha Marvels, don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back with this week's Steamers. Stay tuned.
I was coming through with the information today.
I see, boo.
I know you Mocha Marvels are enjoying the Mocha in the Morning show, drinking all of that hot piping news and tea and coffee and everything else. But don't forget, the Val Trenda show is up soon, and we're continuing our series about We Don't Talk About Bruno. So stay tuned right here on the Mocha Media Network.
All right, Mocha Marvels, welcome back to Mocha in the Morning, where we're adding a little flavor to your morning blend. Of course, I'm your host, Miss Keisha Boyd, and I'm welcomed and joined by my officially Jorge, who has this week's Steamers. What you got for us?
Let me do my shuffle. Hello and good morning, Mocha Marvels. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday morning on the Mocha Media Network, where I have your Steamers, and that is everything that's happening in Black Hollywood and entertainment.
Sip.
Sip on that. Sip on this. Everyone is talking about Bel-Air, which is streaming right now on a Peacock. Everybody knows this is the reimagining of the ever so famous Fresh Prince of Bel-Air that starred Will Smith. Now, what do you think, folks? You let us know, because this Fresh Prince, he's a little different than the original Fresh Prince. And Carlton seems to have some alternative characteristics.
Yes, honey, listen. It is all drama. It is not the comedy that we remember, okay? From the little peaks that I've seen, this is like,
it is.
Listen, no, there's none of that, honey.
None of that.
No, there's none of that. This is not, look, Jeffrey is not even a butler or a servant. He is a problem solver, to put it lightly, okay?
A resolutionist.
A resolutionist, yeah. So this Bel-Air is not, Will, team, I think they did a great job of not trying to regurgitate our childhood memory and not trying to remake that, because that will never be able to recreate, right? It can't be recreated. And so we don't want to be disappointed with your attempt to recreate that magic. So I appreciate that they came with some fresh storylines, and the writers are keeping it, kind of spicy.
Yeah, fresh is the thing. I'm just so glad that it's not like a stale, reproduction of something that was very fresh.
Right.
And speaking of fresh, moving right into Black Girl Magic.
Yeah.
So, check out this.
What you got?
Dynamic duo. Beyonce.
Okay, that's enough right there.
Zendaya.
Oh, and Zendaya
Are in talks of doing an Imitation of Life remake. Let me tell you something. First of all, it's been a hot minute since Beyonce has been in a film.
Yeah,
right? Since what was the movie?
Well, she was about to fight.
Thriller.
Oh my
goodness. Yeah, okay, we're gonna get it up. We'll get it. But that's how long it's been. And of course, Zendaya. Let me tell you, Zendaya, she's gonna win an Oscar. I'm gonna say it right now. This girl, obsessed.
Yes, obsessed.
Thank you.
Thank you,
producer. But Zendaya, she's gonna win an Oscar. I'm telling you right now. Everybody wants her. Everybody all over the world wants this girl, even Spider-Man. So yeah. So of course that film would be a remake of the 1934 film by Fannie Hurst, which also was from the novel of the same name. And it tackled issues that are very relevant today. Do we want to know what those issues are?
Please. Remind
racism, sexism, you name the isms.
Colorism.
All that. It's all there. Gender, like all of that. And so it'll be colorism. So it's very that. And we will see what happens with that. But that's super exciting news. What a matchup, too. Woo!
Oh gosh, that would be magical on screen.
Yes. All right. And some more Black Girl Magic.
What you got?
The Williams sisters are in the news again. If you go to blackenterprise.com, you'll see that for whatever reason, Venus, I don't know, Venus just recently launched also her YouTube channel. She kind of like came back to YouTube. And it's all about legacy. We have to remember, just kind of like in Hollywood, where you have all the child stars that start working like since they're a kid, and sometimes they can cross over from teenage to adulthood, Hollywood success, but all they know is work. And, and that's what Venus and Serena are talking about in this particular article, that, they've been working and snatching trophies since they were kids. And right now they just feel like they have this freedom to do whatever they do whenever they want. And they even mentioned something like being bodybuilders. Now, I don't know if she was being funny, because Venus is like that. Venus is like, because everybody's like, wait a minute, they're gonna be bodybuilders. Oh, they're gonna be bodybuilders.
Let's talk about how Serena's body is already built. All she got to do is lift like 2 or 3 weights, and she's already pow. Now, it might be a little bit more of a challenge for Venus to get her weight up. Honey, Serena, honey, done.
But the thing is, what I find very interesting is how they're saying that they finally kind of have like this freedom to do whatever they want to do. And in the public eye, I just kind of feel like, what do you mean? Like, for me, I see that these girls have done so much already, other than tennis. Not only being outspoken within the Black community, women's rights, sexism, their education. I mean, Venus Williams is a businesswoman.
Yes.
Not only that, but she's also like an interior decorator. I'm like, and Serena, we could just pop off all the kind of brands that she has. So all I'm saying, Venus and Serena, next.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some more fun Hollywood stuff like Martin.
Hey.
Okay.
What's up?
So the cast of Martin is of course there is going to be a reunion. They're celebrating the 30th anniversary.
One of the best shows.
Oh my goodness. So come on.
I still watch it today. Like every other day I'm watching Martin.
I don't care what anyone has to say, but Shanae is my girl. She had like the SWV fingernails, remember? Like she was always like the big bamboo gold. I love that. So that's going to be, of course, on BET Plus. you can go ahead and watch that. You know, all the original members are getting together for it. And so, I mean, you have the Fresh Prince, you have like Martin. I mean, this is really great that we're going back to revisit, recreate, and re-inspire.
Because it's when things were good. It's when
you know what? And you know what? That's our generation of stuff.
Yes.
Looking at everybody trying to like redo what we already did.
Hello.
I mean, I'm just saying.
It always comes back around. That's what they say. It always comes back around.
So that's pretty exciting. Congratulations to them. Watch out for that. They already so they they start filming February the 20th. Well, they started filming February the 20th, and so it'll be out later this year. So stay tuned for all of that. Let's go from sled to sleigh or sleigh to sled, because the Jamaican bobsled team is back in action, sledding and sliding and sleighing into the Winter Olympics. Keisha, do you know the last time they were sleighing and sledding and sliding at the Winter Olympics?
How long?
1998.
Oh, wow.
So it is a comeback of the comebacks for Jamaica.
Let's do it, Jamaica.
So what do you make of that, Mocha Marvel?
I make
Jamaica. So what did Jamaica that?
Jamaica. You're so silly.
Look, okay. If there was a phone number that you needed to have in our day, if you needed to reach out and touch, if you wanted to find a guide through your life, there was no other person to call than Miss Cleo. There is a documentary. Remember the psychic network?
Miss Cleo.
Yeah, Dion, Latoya. Let me tell you, the psychic.
Call me now.
Well, I mean, that was like $1 billion industry. Well, anyway, Yuri Del Harris, who portrayed Miss Cleo on the Psychic Network. Well, she passed away in 2016 due to cancer, but there's a documentary that's coming out about her. And when the FTC came crashing down on the network, the Psychic Network, she was at the forefront of that. I mean, because Miss Cleo was the most popular. Everybody was calling Miss Cleo.
Cleo, baby.
Yeah, but the thing about, remember, she wasn't even really Jamaican. Her accent was fake. But this is the thing. Like, we can look back and be like, you know what? Like, she was an actress. She was a performance artist. And for her to be targeted when it was like the people in the boardroom making all this, she was talent. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes she was right. I'm sorry.
Look, by the luck of the draw, she was right.
Depending on my mood,
no psychic powers, honey.
And
she was worse. She was worse than what's the man on the late night, the preacher getting all the money on late night. I forgot it. Peter Popoff. Oh, I can't stand it.
Well, anyways, it's in the work. The documentary really is focusing on how historically Black women have been marginalized and exotified. I like that word. And I'm glad that I said it correctly too. In society and in popular culture, but that happens when you have a majority of people that look a certain way that kind of like, you know what I mean? And so we've seen that. But anyways, I can't wait to really dig deep into this documentary because they're putting it out there for real. For real. It was like $1 million lawsuits and fines and everything.
I'm sure.
Everybody loves Miss Cleo. Rest in power, lady. Regardless of your accent, we still love you because Black is beautiful. And those are your steamers. Everything that's happening in Black Hollywood and entertainment. And if you call now, I will let you know what's in your future of Mocha Morning. You know what that is?
Don't do it. Disclaimer.
I can read your mind. I can read your mind. You know what, Keisha? You know what's next?
What's next?
Piping hot topics.
Oh my goodness!
How do you know? Yes, it's in your future, girl.
How much do I owe you for that?
$99 down, $99 a month.
Oh my God, Mocha Marvel, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Piping Hot. A mess. $99 to $99 a month. All right, Mocha Marvels. Welcome back to Mocha in the Morning, where we're adding a little flavor to your morning blend. I am your host, Miss Keisha Boyd, and it is that time for Piping Hot. And you know that I cannot do it by myself. I have to welcome my Mocha Marvel sisters with me. So let me get them introduced. Miss Kenya Woodard.
Happy Saturday.
Yes. Miss Liz Everett.
Time to slay. It's Saturday.
All right, with the rhymes. And Miss Shalette Davis.
Happy Saturday, everybody. Y'all don't make this a habit. Don't make this a habit for me.
3 Saturdays in a row. We're not worried.
We love it. We love to see you, honey. We love to see you. All right, let's jump right in. There are some cases and some matters at hand that are looking up for us, meaning the justice system is working in the manner in which it should be. So, Kim Potter was sentenced to 2 years in the death of Dante Bright's death. All 3 men in the Ahmaud Arbery case were found guilty on all charges. Thank God. And then we have this situation in New Jersey, right, that we'll talk about after that. But let's talk about what this means, you know, for us to see these people being held responsible, Kenya, for these crimes that they try to avoid or say they didn't commit.
It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
Isn't it?
When you see racists trotting off to prison, it's wonderful, wonderful. Oh, racists and murderers trotted off to prison. Listen, and the situation with Ahmaud Arbery, this is a group, I'm trying to restrain from calling them something else, but this is a group of men who, their attorneys, well, not just their attorneys, I'm sorry, let me back up. The DOJ was trying to plea bargain, right? Excuse me, trying to come to agreement with the attorneys for these men regarding serving in a much more comfortable prison setting and everything, right? Prior to the start of the federal hate crimes charge. It was a mess. And it seemed like the DOJ was trying to purposely blow the case. At least that's what it felt like. And now we get to the trial, which was pretty quick, kind of expected. And the jury comes back and says, nah, y'all guilty, go to prison, like the bad. So we got a decision. They are headed to prison for a very long time, as they should. And as Ahmaud Arbery's mom, kind of pressed the point in her press release, her family and all of us who are supportive of them, we pretty much had to make the case that these folks didn't deserve any kind of comfort whatsoever. Right. They stalked and killed this man for no reason. And so they deserve to serve the time that they get.
In a maximum level prison for a murderer, because that's what you are.
Absolutely.
Okay. And let's talk about, so the 23rd, I believe, Shalette, was Ahmaud Arbery Day. Was that local?
Yeah.
Or
it looks like it might be a local remembrance in Brunswick, Georgia. And it's still progress, baby steps, towards things like this. And I think it speaks volumes to what the city is doing and acknowledging this is racial terrorism, y'all, racial terrorism. And I'm going to say that a lot as long as I'm going to be on camera, acknowledging the racial terrorism that happens within their city limits. Currently, again, real quick plug, the Equal Justice Initiative, the Tampa Hillsborough Equal Justice Initiative Remembrance Project, it has been working for the last 2 years to bring a memorial marker to the city of Tampa, which acknowledges our racial terrorism that has happened within our city limits. And it's encouraging to see other cities doing that as well, because I believe that only whenever we remember and we acknowledge what's happened in our cities that we can begin to heal.
Absolutely. Totally agree. All right. And moving on to this issue and this fight at the mall in New Jersey. Now, Liz, it was a lot going on, but what we did see is that the cops had the black teens handcuffed while the white teens looked on.
Right. I watched a report today where the mother, the young man's mother, was talking, and she was talking about having to have the conversation with all black teens about you're a black man or a black woman in America, you know. And then I also watched the young man, the young Caucasian man who was, you know, sitting there, and he goes, I'm Hispanic. He goes, and I offered to be handcuffed and they never paid me any attention. He said, I put my hands up like this and said, detain me if you have to. And they never even turned around. They told me that I was okay. So, I mean, it really makes you see like the presumption, you know, of I come in, the darker your skin is, I presume that it's you. And it's just it's a heartbreaking thing. I did not watch. I follow Sean King on Instagram, and I saw it come up the first time, and I'm getting to a place where I'm like, I can't even watch these things because it's so heartbreaking. And, you know, how many more people have to die? How many more people have to, you know, be hurt? How many more families have to lose a family member or have a family member incapacitated, you know, for people to pay attention and say, you know, let me come in and judge the situation fairly.
Right. It's a shame. It really is. And I hope that, you know, those officers are held accountable, because they should be. They really should be, because
they're pushing for them to be fired. And, you know, doing an internal investigation. But unfortunately, I think it's going to take more than that. I don't know what the right answer is, you know, but we do have to see certain levels of reform within policing, because you know, I would like to feel safe driving at night.
Exactly. That would be the least that we could be. Oh, the conversation could go on forever. All right, now let's switch gears a bit. Now, Shalette, Neo, and I call on you because I know that you are a dancer. Okay, we both. I know I pretend to be a dancer in Jorge's class when we did.
You are a dancer.
I am a dancer. I might not be on the right moves all the time, but I am moving. But you know, Neo says that women shouldn't dance to misogynistic music if they don't want to be called out their name or called bad names. What? Excuse me?
Neo is a fallen victim to that Bill Cosby syndrome, where he thinks he's older and wiser and he can tell these young folks what to do. Now, I know, full disclosure, I would say about 25 years ago, I was of the same mindset where I was just like, ooh, clutch my pearls. Why would you dance like that in public or whatever? And it was shocking 25 years ago. And culturally, it has become more acceptable to express yourself in more, you know, a little, you know, more provocative ways. And I embrace that. And I know it would not have been possible without Flag Girl Fitness and officially Jorge. I tell people all the time, he makes me do things I would never do in public, but it is so freeing to do it, you know, in environments, in safe environments where you know that it is just a form of expression. And then for Neo, of all people, Miss Independent, it doesn't make it make sense. Somebody make it make sense.
Say, Neo, you first. How about let's not make misogynistic music to begin with, and then you won't have to worry about women dancing to those lyrics, or, you know, the whole thing is just preposterous. The whole thing is that, oh, well, if you're dancing to this kind of music, you deserve to be treated. Really, sir? Oh, please. I don't know. Maybe he's got a new album coming out. You know, men usually tend to do these things when they've got something on the horizon, you know, an album, new baby. I don't know.
But is this the hill he want to die on with women?
That's my question. That's my question.
With us women? What were you going to say, Liz? I see your face, girl.
Just feel like some chicos, some gentlemen, they don't believe that they should be measured by the same measuring stick.
Oh, please tell it.
So, I mean, I second you on, don't let this be the hill you die on, sir. Please, even if I tried to, I pull up everything on YouTube before we come on, right? And so it was crazy to me that there was really nothing about it on YouTube, which means it didn't overly hit the blogs, really. You know what I mean? So they've done a good job of trying to suppress this, but sir, issue an apology before this comes up 5 years from now at a time when you're really trying to do something decent and dope. And also measure yourself by the same stick that you're trying to tell women that they should be measured against, because this is not 1985. Have a great day, sir.
Exactly.
And don't attack your base. Black women control everything.
Who is in
Don't attack
show?
your base.
Thank you.
I'm like, you ain't gonna tell me I can't dance to back that ass up, and then you gonna call me what? Excuse me, I am a lady. Just saying.
Y'all know everybody's running to the dance store when Juvie, or to the dance floor when Juvie comes on.
All right, so let's talk about 40. What number was he? 5?
45.
45.
Do we have to?
I know, girl. 45 and his people. Now, the headlines, okay, they got to testify, and Trump is siding with Vladimir Putin and going against his own country. Traitor Trump. Listen, the man he is not well. He's not well, Kenya. Like what?
Oh, you're being so nice about it.
I am. I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying here. But go ahead. You can go and let it out.
Well, so regarding the testifying, that's a huge win. For those who are not familiar, New York State Attorney General Letitia Badass James. Sorry.
Come on.
She has been pretty much building a very strong case against the Trump organization, Trump himself, and related to his business dealings. And this has been an ongoing thing for some years now. And so this was a huge victory for her in regards to getting Trump and some key players in the organization to actually sit down and answer questions that she and her team have in relation to how they've been running the business and other things that have popped up. And so for a very long time, Trump has tried to avoid anything dealing with Letitia James, which he should be scared of her. And so finally, the New York State Supreme Court says, sorry, you're out of gas. You need to sit down. Please, sit with the Attorney General's office, answer the questions, go through the motions of a deposition or what have you. And so now the question is whether or not he's going to, because he has to sit, he can't avoid it. So now the question is, he's going to plead the fifth all the way through. And from what I understand, he could, however, it would not be in his best interest to. This is a civil case, and it looks really, really bad when you plead the fifth through a civil deposition. So we'll see how this all shakes out. But the bottom line is, Letitia James got him to sit down. He's going to have to face the music in regards to, answering some questions.
Yes. Come on, Tisha. Anything that ends with a sh is going to get it done. Keisha, Tisha, Leisha,
Right, exactly. Hello? Yes, absolutely.
Oh, my goodness. All right. So enough of Trump. Let's move on. All right. It is the season of love, right? It's February. Valentine's Day just passed. And, there's always a good day all throughout the year for love, right? But broken heart syndrome is something that I came to understand. I think really up close and personal with my grandparents. My grandmother passed away in October. My grandfather died literally 6 months after. And while health played a role, I do think when you spend 60 years with someone, being without that person literally breaks your heart, right? Mm-hmm. And so we, on top of just, COVID and women being super women, right? Because we have to do it all. We have to work. We have to take care of the children, cook, clean. There's never, a dull moment in my house. there's always something to do, right? So I just now understand when my mama says there's never a dull moment for a woman, because there's always something for us to do. And I think that definitely contributes to us leaving this world sooner than we need to, because we take on so much. You know what I'm saying? Right, Liz? I mean, I don't know.
I totally agree. I'll tell you, when my dad died, every time my mom had a cough, a sniffle, I would start crying because I was like, it ain't gonna be too long. Oh my God. Because I do know that broken heart syndrome is real. I had the same thing with my dad's parents. When my grandmother passed, like in 75, my grandfather passed almost, I want to say like the same month in 76. Like he just wasn't going to be here too long. But I do also think that the environmental pressures that Black women are under, we could definitely say women, but particularly Black women are under, and women of color are under, do add to a level of stress, a level of duress, a level of just, and on top of that, we were on Valtrenda's show week before last, and we talked about Black women not feeling like they have the permission, honestly, a lot of times to unpack the trauma that they've experienced in their past, small, big, whatever, and mental health. Let's be real, it's still very new to the Black community. As late as, I want to say, like, let's say 2018 with Charlemagne the God's, book, when he comes out and starts talking about Black mental health. This is really the first time a lot of folks in our community have heard somebody talking about going to a therapist, those kind of things. And then Taraji P. Henson starts her own foundation after that. But what a lot of folks have to understand is the concept of mental health is still very new in the Black and people of color communities. And so it is really important that we address that as a whole, stop calling people crazy, stop saying that's not what Black folks do, or that's not what this or that, because there are some very real things that if you can get treated, and learn how to manage. I have ADHD. When I got treated and learned how to manage my ADHD, it's an everyday thing, but I'm hurt for people, and I want people to be open to taking some of that pressure off of themselves, because it's a lot when you think you're the only one and no one can help you and you're the only person. Okay.
That is true. Shalette?
I just want to quickly say that as it relates to broken heart syndrome, our country's legislators have been working since early 2000s to build offices of women's health to combat this exact thing. And they were built up in the early aughts, and then systematically, those who opposed women's health broke them down, right? So this is a women's health issue that needs to be highlighted and lifted up, because we all know women are the foundation. Men are great, but women make things happen. And whenever you start to care for yourself, as a mother, as a woman, that can oftentimes be seen as selfish. Yeah. Because we're supposed to make things happen. And I just want to, really, really just ask for a call to our local, state, and federal policymakers to make women's health a priority, because I don't think that, we will make it without us. A little biased, but we ain't gonna make it.
Oh, it's not biased. It's true.
Agree.
It's true. Like, we are the backbone, regardless of ethnicity, period. But especially the Black woman. But we are period, point blank. Listen, there is no bias to that. We hold things together, honey. We start wars and we can end them.
It's the most confusing.
Come on, Athena.
Yeah. It's the most confusing thing to me that women are seen as less valuable when they're a wife and a mother, when they are the backbone, the spirit, the seed that's in that house, that makes everything grow and flow. So, your value is so beautiful and so vibrant. And like, it shouldn't be seen as selfish when mom goes to get her nails done, or mom goes to the therapist, or mom goes to the doctor, or mom buys herself a nice bag because she has put herself last and behind everybody else in that house for everything else. You got new Jordans, mama needs a new whatever she wants.
Exactly.
Yes.
Hello. Talk, speak. Hello. Okay. Now, moving on to Wendy Williams. Okay. It's kind of bitter. It is a bitter situation, right? Wendy, they're canceling her show after 14 seasons, and it's going to be the Sherry Show with Sherry Shepherd. Now, I've enjoyed Sherry Shepherd taking over for Wendy. I think she's really good. Obviously, it can't be the Wendy Williams show featuring Sherry, so they had to make a decision. And some are saying, you know, while Wendy was trying to defend her sanity recently, this little beach video that has come out does not help her at all. So, I mean, how do you girls feel about, or ladies feel about, the show being canceled and Sherry taking over her slot? Like, how do you feel, Kenya?
Congratulations, Sherry. Listen, no offense to Wendy, but Wendy needs some time to herself. Something's going on. She's dealing with a lot ever since the divorce and, you know, the outside baby. And it's just been a lot these last few years. So for her to continue and try to pretend that, you know, she's okay and she's gonna come back, and she's just not there. She's just not in the best mental state, physical either. She's got some physical, you know, she's been dealing with some illnesses too. It's just really time to just move on, step aside. Look, there's nothing that says she can't come back. It'll just be probably capacity. And if we know Wendy, she'll come back. She's done it before.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so I really am excited to see Sherry step into, you know, this new role. And like you said, she's great as the fill-in host. And I think she's going to be fantastic in her own show. And then, you know, we just continue to, you know, send up prayers for Wendy that things improve for her and, you know, she gets a new start. But for right now, this is the best move.
Yeah. I think that, you know, Wendy's an example of what we just talked about. You got to take time for yourself. You don't have to do it all. And clearly, right now, you don't have a choice but to take care of yourself. You know, although she had to be forced to do it, sort of, I'm just glad that she is, you know, doing, or those around her are kind of making decisions for her best health. Right, Liz?
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, also, like, we have to think about, she's used to living at a certain momentum. So, you know, her not being in that constant momentum and that constant thing, it can make you a little paranoid, you know, and that time healing. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I want to rest, I'm like, what is this? What is this thing called a nap? I don't know what to do. So I'm wondering, you know, is resting making her, you know, feel paranoid? But also, you guys, I saw that video and I loved it. If it's real, you know what I mean? But I have questions too, because I watched another, you know, blog conversation about it. And they were talking about how she referenced her mom as still here. And then they were talking about how she got her age wrong and, you know, just some little things. And so then people were saying, well, is this video current or was this from a different, you know, time and that kind of stuff. So that's what's bringing some like fan theories up. Now, her publicist came back and said that as far as her getting her age wrong, it was just a mistake, discrepancy, basically, which I have to say that I forget my age all the time. I can't even remember what year I graduated high school. There's my classmate, Kelly Veal. I text her and go, Kelly, when did we graduate? And, you know, and when it comes to like her mother, her PR said that like that's being in Florida in that area is where she experiences her mother's presence. And so that's what that was about. But ultimately, I'm here for Wendy's podcast deal. Okay. Because if Seth Rogen can get one, you guys know that what'll be next will not be another show. And I think that this is the elevation of her brand, right? Because you guys know if she gets in there with that mic back in her comfort zone, you know, this is what originally made her career. We're looking at Wendy 3.0. She could go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in there or not if she wanted to. There's no censoring, right?
Yeah.
Mama is coming back. She gonna have everybody.
I wholeheartedly agree with you, Liz. I think she would be fantastic in a podcast setting.
Yeah.
I think that's more her groove. Like you said, she'd be returning to the mic. And then she can do whatever she wants. The issue with TV is that you have sponsors to answer to. And in this case, her distribution company cut the cord. They were like, we can't deal. Whatever's going on, we're losing money. That's the bottom line, right?
Imagine the Spotify deal.
Yeah.
Imagine if Seth Rogen can get that deal, Homegirl can get that deal because there's proof that she can cause controversy and bring the listeners.
Absolutely. She'd be back to her proof. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want Wendy to take time as a woman to take care of herself.
Absolutely.
We're just talking about this. Take care of yourself, Wendy. And Liz, brilliant. Start that podcast because I would listen. I would listen. I don't want to. I would listen.
And you know how they tape it on, put it on YouTube and then put it on the thing. Okay, so here's my thought, right? From a PR standpoint, Keisha, let me know if I'm onto something. She's still going to get her clothing sponsors. She's still going to need her hair and makeup folks, right? Everybody's still going to work because the concern when somebody loses their show is that the folks who now had a job, who were working in entertainment, now do not have a job, right? Now we know that most of those folks went on with Sherry Shepherd, but a new set of folks will get an opportunity to have a job, be able to work in entertainment in the field that they want to be in. And Wendy continues to be Wendy.
Absolutely. Well, we wish her the very best. Ladies, of course, thank you for joining me this Saturday morning. I appreciate you very much. Have a beautiful, a beautiful rest of your weekend. How about that? Mwah, 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 mwah. Stay tuned and don't you go anywhere. Take a look at this week's Mocha Minute.
Welcome back, Mocha Marvels, and thank you for being with us this Saturday morning. It is time for our Mocha Moment. So if you have a special occasion, maybe you got married, you got a promotion, you got paid, something, share the moment with us. Just slide into our DM, find us at Mocha Morning Show.
All right, take a look at this week's Mocha Moment.
Congratulations to Chloe J. Coney, a Tampa Bay change agent, who was just honored with her very own legacy wall.
Hello, Fab Lab fashionistas. I'm Liz Everett, your style and beauty guru, award-winning image strategist, and one of your style besties right here on the Fab Lab. Now, this week, I'm sharing 4 incredible Black female fashion icons that are going to inspire you to elevate your fab fashion and to help you make life your runway. See us Saturday at 11 a.m. on the Fab Lab, where we're all about fashion and the art of beauty.
Mocha Marvels, listen, I hope that you had as much fun as I've had this Saturday morning. Officially, Jorge, what's in that cup?
Listen, can we wrap the show because we got things to do tonight and I got to get ready.
I do too, but you must not hear what's in that cup. Oh, you tried to ignore me.
No, I'm saying what's in my cup. What's in my cup is my business, but it is.
Ooh, bring me some of my business when I see you later on.
Thank you. Oh, don't forget, everybody, that we have the Fab Lab, which is all about fashion and the art of beauty with Liz Everett and Stephanie J coming up after Mocha in the morning. And then we also have the Valtrenda Show, your headquarters for melanated mental health at noon. I love our Saturday programming, and I love you, and can't wait to see you later this evening. And if you Marvels, if you guys are out and you see one of us, say hello.
Say hello, take a picture so we can share it on our channels and our networks. And we just adore you. Listen, don't keep all the flavor to yourself. Add a little bit to someone else's cup. Go invite your friends and family to come sit and watch Mocha in the Morning on the Mocha Media Network with you on Saturday morning. Share the love. We'd love to have more of you as a part of our Mocha family.
Happy birthday, Solomon and Trey.
Yes, happy birthday. Woo, 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 woo.
Because you know what? The blondes are going to be out tonight.
The blondes are going to be out this, celebrating birthday. Okay, listen, I don't know what
blonde and the black. The blonde and the black.
The blonde and the black. We're going to do our thing. But yes, many, many birthday wishes to Solomon and Trev. So we'll talk to you and see you later. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Later. Have a great weekend.